What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Casimir here, and today we got ourselves a post commentary, something I've never really done on this channel. And for this one, it's a battle that I've done for the Pokemon Battle Competition. If you didn't know what that is, it's kind of like an online competition you could play in the Pokemon Global Link. If you do 3 battles at least, like complete them, you actually get rewards for it. I speak a little bit more in an upcoming video that I have coming out soon, but for this one, since I didn't record it, but it was a good match, I decided that I will post commentate over it. So let's get right into it. Alright. Right here we got ourselves a battle against Kong, I believe. Yep, well, Krog. And for this battle, I lead off with my Ninetales and Arcanine, looking nice and powerful as a combo. And he leads off with his Ninetales, Salazzle. And oh yeah, they're totally legit because they're shiny. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. With this matchup, it was really interesting because both Ninetales are out. They can easily go for Auroraville. So now it's kind of a chess match, especially since both sides also have a fire type that can hit really hard. So what I did was I decided it was best to just protect, because if they get the outspeed, they could potentially double down on my Ninetales slot, and which they tried to do with this Blizzard coming in. They tried to get some chip damage on both my Pokemon, but then the Salazzle surprised me by going for the Sludge Bomb onto my Arcanine. Okay, that got me by shock. We find out that the Salazzle has a Life Orb, and then here I go for the Flare Blitz to try to get as much damage as I can off of this Ninetales and bringing that to a Sash. Alright, after the Ninetales revealed the Sash, we get just enough HP to live, and not only that, but pop our Eye of Papa Berry, which gave us a little bit more life than without us using the Flare Blitz to, bring down our HP. Alright, the hail damage comes in, and pretty much just Arcanine and Salazzle are here because they aren't ice types. Okay, and now their Ninetales go for a protect, which was a good call on their end, as we decided to protect our Arcanine. This would have been a great play for them had we not gone for the Auroraville, which we set up just in the nick of time, as you see the beautiful Aurora lights come in, and then bam, they go in for the Sludge Bomb onto our Ninetales, but the Auroraville comes in clutch as we live, but we got poisoned. Alright, now with the Salazzle down a little bit, and a little bit more HP being chipped away from this hill, which is always a nice thing, we're now looking pretty comfortable with our Auroraville up, and the opponent does not have theirs. But unfortunately, because of the poison, we end up losing our Ninetales. Alright, and then with this turn, I decided that Raccoon would be the best case scenario, because here we could wide guard against their potential Blizzards, and it's a decent matchup against the Salazzle with the effect of its Liquidation Water Bubble boost. But they decided to switch out their Ninetales into a Gyarados that's also shiny, and they get an Intimidate off, which was a good switch on their end, because on this play they decided to go for the Sludge Bomb onto my Arcanine, and we get poisoned again. That seemed to be a running theme with Salazzles against my team. Alright, after we got poisoned, we decided to go for a Flare Blitz into the Ninetales slot. Knowing that they had a Gyarados in the back, I could have easily went for a Wild Charge, which would have been a safe play as it would have got the KO. We still would have taken recoil damage nonetheless, but we probably would have got the KO on our Gyarados early on. Anyway, besides the fact there, we decided to just go for the Liquidation onto the Salazzle. In the match, I was expecting it to use Protect, but it didn't, and because of that, it was a pretty crucial play that we got the KO there, because Salazzle could have been kind of problematic for, well, my Ninetales, as Ninetales Blizzard. Oh yeah, not my Ninetales, their Ninetales. But it would have been a problem for my Garchomp, as, we really couldn't do much against the combo of a Salazzle and a Gyarados. But here I decided to go for a Protect, as the opponent go for a Freeze Dart into the Garchomp slot to try to get rid of it, and the opponent decides to go for a Dragon Dance. They knew that I could potentially wide guard, so they did the best case scenario and tried to, single down my Garchomp. But nonetheless, we decided to go for the Poison Jab to get rid of their Ninetales, as the opponent is sitting there with a Dragon Dance Gyarados, and thank God for this chip damage coming in. So our Garchomp isn't at full anymore, unfortunately. But things kind of worked out well for us that turn, which is why Protect is probably the most crucial aspect in any VGC matchup. And they bring in their own shiny Garchomp, which is like the hardest shiny you ever get, in my opinion. So I decided to wide guard, and the opponent goes for a Rock Slide, which is huge. This rock slide miss is huge because of the wide guard, as the opponent decides to go in and get their Hydro Vortex going off. Now here, when I first saw this go off, I was like, oh man, I think we lost this matchup. I really do think that this is a lost cause right here. They decided to go in for the Hydro Vortex onto my Gyarados. Alright, after knocking me around left and right, I'm just looking at the HP bar go down. And we lived! We lived, and then we went for the Dragon Claw onto their Garchomp, got the KO. And you know what? They're not even rough skin, so we ended up living from that. Our Life Orb brought us down to 1 HP and the Hail stopped. Such a clutch play. Everything went just perfectly for the Garchomp as we decided to go for our Protect. And here, they decided to go in for their own crunch, but this time on my Araquanid, which was really interesting. They probably predicted the Protect as we go in for our very own Hydro Vortex. And with the power from our Water Bubble, our Araquanid is looking pretty as we're about to hit them with the hardest of Hydro Vortexes. Alright, our Water Spire is going in. He brings in the water. He goes after this giant catfish thing, and he brings in the pain with this Hydro Vortex, knocking it down. Not enough to get the KO, but just enough to get us the victory as the Auroraville goes down. Things are looking great. They go for Waterfall and not targeting my Garchomp anymore. I don't know why they didn't do that. Garchomp goes in for the Dragon Claw, gets the KO to solidify the victory for us. And man, if it wasn't for the Auroraville, if it wasn't for Rough Skin, things could have been different for us. Like, if that Garchomp had Rough Skin, our Garchomp would have went down after getting the KO. If they targeted down my Garchomp after the turn with the Hydro Vortex, it would just been my Araquanid versus, Gyarados, and things could have went totally different there. But anyway, that was a great battle, and I feel like that was a match worthy to be commentated over, as you got to see the power of Auroraville go off, the power of Protect being used at the right moment, the power of Wide Guard being doubled into probably the most clutch turn I've ever seen in my life. Wide Guard protected us from a Rock Slide, which gave us the opportunity to live a Hydro Vortex. It gave us the opportunity to Oko their Garchomp. It gave us the opportunity to live without their Rough Skin damage coming in. And then the Hail stops. And we lived on 1 HP. So, yeah guys, thank you all for watching. You got to see a lot of clutchness happen there and a lot of poison. But, yeah, nonetheless, that was a fun battle. Be sure to check out my Twitter and Twitch down below. We will be doing some Battle Spot singles coming in, maybe even bring back a few Wi-Fi battles here and there. But I'm definitely still focusing on VGC, and I recommend you guys check out my next video that's coming up. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. The gates are probably open, and I guess I gotta go close them. So, bye.